You look wonderful tonight. We back with my boy Eric Clapton. Now, it was so funny, man. I've had such a complete 180 of emotions when it comes to Eric Clapton. So my first reaction was Tears in Heaven, and that destroyed me. And then because of The Rock and his rendition of Wonderful Tonight, I just ended up laughing the whole damn video because of that. So I've just gone on a roller coaster of emotions when it comes to Eric Clapton, and even the cream reactions. That was so much fun. Eric Clapton has given us some great moments on this channel, and let's see if he could do it once again. This is Layla. I would love to know who Layla is and what it represents. We'll do song research afterwards. I don't want to spoil it for myself. We'll listen, and maybe we'll find out on the listen. And this is a live performance, and it looks like, based off the thumbnail, he looked rather old. So it looks recent. I say that in all respect. I say that to say it looks recent. So I'm just amazed to know somebody who's been doing this as long as Eric Clapton is still performing. It had a lot of views, so I'm gonna assume performing at a high level. So I'm really excited to hear this, but we'll do the song research afterwards. Let's not drag out this monologue. Let's get into it.
What do you do when you get lonely? No one waiting by your side. You've been running, hiding much too long. No, it's just your foolish pride. Layla, got me on my knees, Layla, begging, darling, please, Layla. Darling, won't you ease my worried mind? Tried to give you.
Before we go further, everything about that intro was beautiful. It sounded like at the very beginning, it sounded like he was still tuning up, but he didn't mess with the. I assume those six things on the top and the bottom is where you tune the guitar. He didn't mess with that, but it seemed like he was tuning up or something. Everything he did in that intro, and just sitting down and just kind of getting his bearings or whatever he was doing was amazing. I don't know why I'm amazed at simple, stupid stuff that I'm sure people like, you doing too much. You overanalyzing. I don't know why. I just found that beautiful. everything he did in the lead up before the song even picked up. I just thought that was amazing. I love the spoken word vibe of it because of that bass line. Boom, 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 boom. It just got a spoken word vibe to it. Backup singing is beautiful and sounded incredible. Everything about this, it seems like a very intimate. It looks like a theater, but because of how dark it is and how the stage is set up, it's a very intimate setting. Like it seems like it looks like a big crowd. You know, you can't really tell because of how dark it is, but it's so intimate. It seems like a very intimate experience. It's almost as if Eric is letting a crowd come in for like a recording. You know how he's giving access to like a what do they call it? Like a sound check. It almost looked like a sound check, the way everything looks. Like if you've ever seen artists do a sound check, the lights aren't on, they just got the house light on, and it's really dark. And it's like it almost looks like that. Like he said, "Come on, y'all listen while we get everything set up." I love how he's seated. He's comfortable. And I noticed he was doing something with his foot, like he wanted to dance. So I don't know. Y'all let me know if Eric Clapton performs standing up and he's a mover, but he just was doing something with his foot where it looked like he just wanted to get up and dance, but you know he's sitting down. So I love everything about this. I almost tuned out the lyrics for the first part, so I'm about to really focus on the lyrics, but it's everything that just happened in this 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Amazing.
Easy, begging, darling, please, darling, won't you ease my worried mind? Tried to give you consolation when your man had let you down. Like a fool, fell in love with you. You turned my whole world upside down. Layla, got me on my knees, Layla, begging, darling, please, Layla, darling, won't you ease my worried mind? Make the best of this situation, or I finally go insane. Please don't say never find a way. Tell me all my love's in vain. Layla, got me on my knees, Layla, begging, darling, please, Layla, darling, won't you ease my worried mind? Layla, got me on my knees, Layla, begging, darling, please, Layla, darling, won't you ease my worried mind? I've been coming here for 40 years.
Before we get into whatever he about to say, I love that. Everybody, I love how the house light came on to make sure the keyboard and organ player were seen and able to shine for their solo. Both beautiful solos. Beautiful solos. I love how it was purposely played at a low pitch. Like it almost seemed as though it wasn't a solo because of how low it was played, but the whole song, the whole performance, everything is kind of sung in like a very intimate, quiet way. I mean, granted, you could tell that's the nature of the song, but even with sad songs, when it's performed live, it's just a little bit more up in sound and tempo. But it's like everything about this is almost like he was playing this on the street, like to himself though, not like somebody asking for change on the street and they playing something. Like it almost seemed like a guy just sitting on his stoop on the porch or something, just playing this. Like it just real. It almost at first it sounded like something I would have heard like in a western, but now it sounds like something you would just hear an old man playing in the South on his porch. Like it's with the wind blowing, like everything about it got like a real cinematic feel to this. And that's definitely a theater. He packed it out, and I assume he about to talk about. He said he'd been coming here for 40 years. I would love to know where this was performed, but he about to say something. So let's hear what Eric got to say.
I've been coming here for 40 years. Before some of you were born. And it's the best place I've ever played. It's the best place in the world. Thank you for every day. Got me on my knees, Layla, begging, darling, please, Layla. Darling, won't you ease my worried mind? Layla, got me on my knees, Layla, begging, darling, please, Layla. Darling, won't you ease my worried? Thank you.
Yeah, if I've learned nothing else, and of course I remember reading this, he's inducted into the Songwriting Hall of Fame, Eric Clapton. His songwriting is impeccable. And you could tell he creates from a real place. Literally, all three songs that I reacted to, this, Wonderful Tonight, and Tears in Heaven, they were all inspired by real people, and real things in his life. So I gotta look this up. I gotta find out who and what Layla is about. That was beautiful. That ending, that ending, whatever the backup singers did, that was beautiful. And then it had a blues into it. The way he played the end on the guitar, dum 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 dum, like it had the blues in it. The woman in question was Patty Boyd. She was the wife of one of Clapton's closest friends, former Beatle George Harrison. Oh, is this the same one that inspired Wonderful Tonight? Neglected and betrayed by her own husband, Patty had grown close to Clapton, but in the end, she could not bring herself to run away with him. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. It's ranked number 27 on Rolling Stone's 500 Greatest Songs. The acoustic version won a Grammy. I would assume that's the version I just heard. So the studio version doesn't sound like that? It has a different feel to it? I'm almost certain I'm going to like this version better than the studio version. But I feel obligated to hear the studio version now. Why am I seeing Derek and the Dominoes? Oh, originally recorded with their... okay. The song was written by Eric Clapton and Jim Gordon. Originally recorded with their band, Derek and the Dominoes, as the 13th track from their only studio album, Layla and the Assorted Love Songs. Gotcha. Its contrasting movements were composed separately by Clapton and Gordon. Gotcha. So all that he said you were ignored by your old man and okay, so clearly again, based off of what I just read, Clapton loved her, looked after her. George Harrison was kind of just out of the picture as a husband, and I assume Clapton wanted her so bad, and she just didn't want to, because they did eventually get married. I do remember reading that from the Wonderful Tonight, that she was indeed his wife. But I assume just the initial trying to get her and persuade her, it probably took a lot. And that's around the time that he made this song. Eric Clapton, a bad boy, man. I mean, I really envy artists who have that ability to take real life issues or real life experiences and put them into music. Sometimes I wish I could make a song, but I can't. I wasn't blessed with that gift. But to see Eric Clapton do it in the way that he does it, the way all of his songs, all of them, and just the 3 songs that I've heard, everything has a very poetic, beautiful feel. And boy, it's impressive. Again, I see why he's in the Songwriting Hall of Fame. It's amazing. And vocally, I don't know how old he was here. He sounded incredible. I'm hooked on Eric Clapton, man. He's a phenomenal performer. This being my only time seeing him, and granted, he sat down the whole time. But again, the intimate setting of how the lights and everything were, it was just perfect. Everything about it was perfect. And you could tell the crowd, he had the crowd's full and undivided attention. Because a lot of artists feel as though because you're performing, you paid your money, you should try and enjoy the show, and you should. But a performer could make you lose interest. Like, I've been to a couple of shows where in the middle of it, I was like, I'm having a good time, but I'm not like, like I wouldn't come back and see you again, type of thing. And that wasn't the case here. Again, even with no movement, like he was sitting down, but it was just such an intimate and beautiful setting. Everything about it was just intimate. You felt connected. It was perfect. Perfect. Want to hear more Eric Clapton, man. Definitely do. Y'all got a request and leave more recommendations, and I'm going to check them out as soon as I can. Love Eric Clapton. That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Y'all let me know how y'all felt about it. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate y'all for watching. Until next time, with Eric Clapton. Peace.